What's going on, guys? Welcome to the February Boosted Films vlog. In this episode, we're going to talk about ice racing, working on the Evo, and one lap of America. So I finally made it out ice racing with the 6-speed swapped Subaru Forester. It was cool to get out there and get on the ice, learn some car control, especially with the way the roads have been around here in Wisconsin lately. It's just been slippery, a lot of icy days and stuff. The Subaru did pretty well. I was in the all-wheel drive winter tire class and I finished 6th out of 24 people, so that's pretty good for not really being that much of a competitive driver myself. And it was just kind of cool to get out there and get on the ice and see how the Subaru could do. So the Subaru ran good out there, got in 8 runs throughout the day, plus a couple fun runs. So I was glad that I could beat on it and it held up. So I got the Evo transmission dropped completely. I made a couple of videos on the how-to procedure of dropping that, and I'm really glad I did for Facebook. The Facebook video is blowing up and it has like 500,000 views, which is pretty crazy. The version where I cut it down to 45 seconds. I don't know, I guess people like the super short how-to versions. You know, it takes a lot of people at least 4 or 5 hours to remove the transmission. And it sounds like it took some people 4 to 5 days to remove their transmission. So I guess I could connect with people on that, but it's always fun to try new things with the videos and figure out what works with people, what resonates. So next with the Evo, I'm gonna dig into a lot of the clutch components. As I've said before, I have an Exidy twin disc ready to go in. So there's a little bit that I wanna just kind of film with that, maybe show the differences between the twin disc and the ACT single disc I took out. Just some basic stuff. I've really kind of learned through doing some of these videos that people do wanna see and know more about just some of the basic stuff that you can cover. So I'm going to film that twin disc clutch before I put it in, and then make a how-to specifically about basically putting in the new clutch as well. With the Evo, I'm also working on changing out the ball joints, tie rod ends, and the lower control arm bushings. So I actually have lower control arm bushing here, a white line lower control arm bushing. This is actually for an Evo 10, but I was told it fits same for an Evo 8 or 9. So I'm going to try that and make a how-to video on getting these installed as well, which you need a press to install and remove the old bushings. So I want to make a how-to video on that. Same thing with the lower ball joints. You need to use a press to press out the old ones. So I'm going to make a video on installing these white line lower ball joints as well. And as of recording this video, I actually swapped out the outer tie rod ends that came with the white line kit. I got those installed, so I'll make that all part of one how-to video too. And now for some exciting news that I want to talk about with the One Lap of America trip coming up in May. So unlike the previous past 2 years where I just kind of tagged along and filmed what happened with the One Lap Evo the last 2 years. So this year I'm actually privileged enough to be on a team. I get to co-drive a Honda S2000, specifically Alex Moss's supercharged K-swapped S2000. So that should be very exciting. It should be very interesting. I don't know how much time any of you have ever spent maybe sitting in or driving a Honda S2000, but now I get to sit in a Honda S2000 for 7 days straight and drive, 3,500 miles. So that can be, it will be interesting. The last 2 years I've done this, I got to do it in actually like a rental car, like a nice SUV that was really comfy. So now the S2000 I'm sure is gonna present some challenges, but I think it's just gonna be super fun to actually compete in the event. And of course I will document what I can along the way, but most of it's just gonna be like using my cell phone, stuff like that. I don't think I'll bring my big camera. And then the most disappointing part possibly for you guys is that means this year I probably won't be following along and documenting how the One Lap RS Evo 9 does, but they are signed up. They should be competing again this year too. They do their own live streaming and all that stuff, and I'll be kind of right alongside those guys as the competition goes, so it should still be a fun time, but now they're the competition. So that's it for the February episode of the Boosted Films blog. As always, this is Paul from Boosted Films. Thanks so much for watching.